All those things are just ignorance. That is why you need a place of awareness. That is why you need to make research. That is why you need to go see a doctor. That is why you don't just assume. You don't, maybe you begin to feel pains at the part of your breast. You say, it's cancer. Oh. No, 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 no. Don't just assume that it is. Rather, go make inquiry and be cocksure that it is breast cancer. And the earlier, the better for you. Causes of breast cancer. Breast cancer is caused when the DNA in the breast cell changes or mutated, disabling specific functions that control cells growth and division. When the DNA in the breast cell changes or being mutated. In many cases, this mutated cell die or attacked by immune system, but some cells escape the immune system and grow unchecked, forming a tumor in the breast. When you feel this pain, but you think it's nothing. You feel this pain. You now, I was speaking to someone early this morning while I was coming to work, and I was telling the person how aware we were just discussing. I was asking how aware are you about breast cancer, and she said, I bet that breast cancer does not even exist in Nigeria. I was like, and this person is a young lady, and she told me that for a very long time she has been feeling pains in the one side of her breast, that she has been feeling pains, and probably it's because of the way she lied down. I was like, are you okay? Things you don't just assume. There are things you don't just think they are normal. And funny enough, she was like, that breast cancer is for the whites. That how many cases do we record in Nigeria of breast cancer? I say it's a lie. Because you are not in it, because in such issue, or you don't work in a care facility, does not mean that they don't exist. Does not mean that people are not going through, people are not suffering from it. A lot of women are suffering from this. A lot are suffering from it. Doctors know that breast cancer occurs when some breast cells begin to grow abnormally. When some breast begin to grow abnormally, these cells divide more rapidly than health cells do, and they continue to accumulate, forming a lump or a mass. See, these cells, they develop more than the way our normal cells develop, because they are dangerous, because they are killing. They are out there to destroy. They are out there to kill. So doctors knows. Breast cancer most often begin with cells in the milk producing ducts. As a woman, there is a stage in your life where you get pregnant, you give birth to children, or you get pregnant, you give birth, to begin to nurse your child with your breast milk. So breast cancer most often begins with cells in the milk producing duct of a woman. Some people begin to see some discharges in their breast, they will think it's normal. You begin to see your nipples is feeling, it's time to stop. No, I didn't say it's cancer. Neither did I say it's not cancer. But the earlier you make researches, the earlier you go see a doctor, I think the better for you. Then you won't be at most risks of cancer. Because if it is cancer, you begin to take treatment and prevent it early. Then if it's not, probably you do away with anything that is going to be at risk for you having this cancer. That is the essence of you getting aware. That is the essence of you being aware. Researchers have identified hormonal lifestyle and environmental factors that may increase your risk of breast cancer. Hormonal factors, some lifestyle and environmental issues. maybe probably where you're living, the way you're living, where you're living, the things you're doing with your life can increase your risk of getting breast cancer. It's breast cancer month awareness. That is what we are talking about. And when we get back from this short break, we continue from where we stop. Do not touch the dial. We will be right back. All right, welcome back. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I am talking about breast cancer to be precise. You know what it is? Women need to be enlightened, women need to be aware, women need to be knowledgeable. We need to purge our ignorance about some of these issues, especially breast cancer, because it's dive into the society, it have dives into our community, it have dives into the life of our loved ones and have taken away a lot of our loved ones. I know of a woman that recently she goes about begging. One of her breasts has been cut off. Probably they do not know what it is at the early stage. That is where the place of awareness is important. You can pass it to your children, even your children, because you are aware of it. All right, that is what we're talking about. And inherited breast cancer can also be inherited. Hmm. There are some diseases that are would I say generational, that you see from your grandmother to your mother and down to you. And one of this is breast cancer. Doctors estimate that about 5 to 10% of breast cancers are linked to gene mutation passed through generation of a family. It passed through generation of a family. Another common disease, or what I call it sickness or illness, that is transmitted, or no, rather no, that is inherited, is arthritis. Like seriously. So breast cancer, even the doctors has confirmed that is genetic. It passes from generation to another generation. Breast cancer, your mother's sister, your grandmother, and stuff like that. You need to look out for this breast cancer before it hits you on a way. And there are some risk factors. There are some risk factors to breast cancer. I won't be mentioning all of them because of our time, so but I'll be mentioning few because they are so much factors that are associated with an increased risk of breast cancer. Some factors that are associated with an increased risk of breast cancer. One is being female. I said that earlier. For the fact that you are a woman, just no, for the fact that you are a woman, you are at risk. You are at risk of breast cancer. The fact that you are just a woman. So women are much more likely than men to develop breast cancer. In men's world is, but in women's world right now is common. But for the fact that the awareness, people are being aware, people are trying to prevent, people are trying to stay away from those things that's going to develop and bring breast cancer, it is actually getting lower by the day. By the day is actually getting lower. Okay, being a female is one of those risk factor. Increasing age, your risk of breast cancer increase as you age. Like as you grow, I'm 25, as I get to 30 to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50, as the risk of you getting breast cancer increases as you age. So as you're aging, I think the best way is you keep going for screening, you keep going to diagnose, you keep going to check yourself to know, okay, I'm 30 now. However, is there anything? Nothing. I'm 35. Is there anything? Nothing. So as you're aging, it's increasing. A personal history of breast cancer, like someone that had breast cancer in the right breast and was cut off, there's a tendency for you to also have the same cancer in your left breast. The right breast, you had breast cancer and it was cut off. There is every tendency, it's not a must, but there is tendency that your left breast will also be affected in due time. If you have had breast cancer in one breast, you have an increased risk of developing cancer in the other breast. And a family history of breast cancer, we've talked about that earlier. A family history of breast cancer. If your mother, your sister, or daughter was diagnosed with breast cancer, particularly at a young age, your risk of breast cancer is increased, but still the majority of people diagnosed with breast cancer has no family history of the diseases. Yes, it's very possible. There are some diseases that are known with your family that your case must just might be a different one, that you have no history. You have none of these diseases. It might just be one or two diseases that is being known with your family, but you might be, will I call it lucky, or will I call it safe, that you have none of these diseases. It is very, very possible. Very, very possible. And another one is obesity. Being obese increase your risk of breast cancer. Obesity. Obesity. That is why we need to watch our weight. We need to watch what we eat. I know of a person that the same obesity he's suffering right now, his father suffered the same thing, and then his grandfather suffered the same thing. But this, in this case, he is a man. He's not a female. Do you get? So if at all you know that there is obesity in your family, I think you should curtail the things you eat. Watch your diet and also watch your weight at the same time. So obesity increase the risk of breast cancer. Beginning your period at a young age, something, it's a very good thing that I started my period early, when I was 10, when I was 12. It's a very good thing. It's at risk for you getting breast cancer. Beginning your period before age 12 increases your risk of breast cancer. When you begin to see your period before the age of 12, this can increase the risk of breast cancer. These body functions, where they are being the way they function, the way they work, we can't really predict, we can't really say all. Even specialists cannot fathom how all of this work. Having never been pregnant, you've been pregnant in your life. Women who have never been pregnant have a greater risk of breast cancer than women who have had one or more pregnancy, because a child have sucked that breast is also important. Women who has never been pregnant before are at risk of this breast cancer. Women who has never been pregnant before are at a higher, like a higher risk of breast cancers. And there are some signs you need to look out for, signs that you see or you look, say this is a sign of a breast cancer. Signs of breast cancer that you also need to look out for, and don't say, oh, please, when you see these things, know that you are okay, you have it and you need to go seek for help. Retracted, inverted, or downward pointing nipple. Downward pointing nipple. Lose of feeling in part of the breast, like you're pressing your breast, you can't feel anything. You can't feel anything. As I'm touching my breast, I'm feeling it, and you are pressing your breast, you are not feeling anything. Pitting or thickening of the skin on the breast. Thickening on your breast. Nipple discharge. I talked about this nipple discharge, and I said, you are not breastfeeding a child. You're not a nursing mother, but your nipples are bringing out breast milk. My darling, it is very dangerous. Seek help from a doctor. Irritated or inching breast. Like, sorry for that. I see people, say, my breast is inching me. My breast, your breast is inching you. You're just there. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to go seek for help. You don't want to go make inquiry and be sure that you are okay. Like I said, don't just be ignorant. Don't assume that everything is okay with you. No. Change in breast color. All of a sudden, your breast changes color. And see, you think it's okay. Yes, you think it's okay. It's not. Increase in breast size or shape over a short time. Your breast changes. No. Go see a doctor. These are some of the signs of breast cancer. They are some of the signs of breast cancer. Change in touch. You may feel some areas are harder. You may feel some areas. I can imagine, opening my breast, or all of a sudden I begin to feel very warm in my breast, or you begin to feel tenderness, or begin to feel hardness in some part of your breast. These are some of the signs of breast cancer. Breast lump or breast thickening. I've talked about the thickening already. They are not ordinary. There are some signs. That is why this month is dedicated nationally for breast cancer awareness, because there are some women, they are still suffering from this without even them knowing that it is breast cancer. But when you are aware, the next person is aware, we are all aware, we'll be able to create more awareness within our reach. Peeling or flicking of the nipple skin. Your nipple, your nipple skin begin to peel off. Your nipple skin, you see it's peeling, and you just assume that it's okay. No. It is not okay. These are the signs of breast cancer. I'll be going on a quick break, and when I get back from this break, we'll be talking about preventional measure that you and I can take to prevent me, anybody around me, from breast cancer. Don't go nowhere. We will be right back after this time. All right, you're welcome back. It's National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October to be precise. And this year will not be an exceptional. We're talking about breast cancer. We're talking about breast health awareness. And under breast care awareness, we are talking about breast cancer. That is what we'll talk about. Causes. We'll talk about some symptoms. We'll talk about what you see. You know, okay, this is breast cancer or this is not breast cancer. So let's look at some preventional measure that you and I can take, in order to eradicate, in order to prevent, in order to, not even get any close to breast cancer. See your doctor about breast cancer screening. This month, basically, most of the health facilities are screening women for free. Just check any health facility around your vicinity. So maybe you don't know anything about the state of your breast. Most of these facilities, because it's a cancer month awareness, it's a cancer awareness month. So most of these health facilities are screening women for free. So see your doctor about breast cancer screening. Let him educate you. Let him put you through the process. Drink alcohol in moderation, if at all it is necessary. Some of us will consume these things without knowing the implications of these things. I didn't say don't drink. I said drink alcohol in moderation, if at all it is necessary. But if it's not necessary, abstain. Like, stay away from it if it is not necessary. So if it's necessary, drink it in a way, in moderation, where it will come to harm your health in any area. Exercise regularly. We can't overemphasize the place of exercise in our day-to-day life. At least exercise maybe thrice in a week, or because of your busy schedule, maybe twice in a week. But exercise yourself, your body regularly. Become familiar with your breast through breast self-examine for breast awareness. Become familiar with your breast. Know what your breast is all about. Know what, if you don't feel this thing, then I'm not okay. If I begin to feel this thing in my breast, then I'm not okay. Become familiar with your breast. It's your breast. And the thing is that when you become familiar with all of this, it will help you coach someone else. It will help you probably coach your children, your cousins, or even people in your neighborhood. Become familiar with your breast. Know the things that if you don't feel them, or you begin to feel them, that something is wrong. Become familiar with your breast. Maintain a healthy weight. See, don't overweight. Maintain a healthy weight. It's very important for you and I, if you want to take some prevention measure for this. Maintain a healthy weight. Limit postmenopause hormonal therapy. You take all this process because you don't want is nature. Nature will take its course. Limit postmenopause hormonal therapy. It is good, but the excess is not good. Limit it, because you are at risk, very, very at risk for breast cancer. So if you want to take the preventional measure, all of this is very important. You handle them with care, handle them diligently. Make sure you go through them. Breast cancer is dangerous. It can lead to death. It can lead to the cutting of your breast. And also remember, even when one breast is cut, there is every tendency, or there is tendency for the other breast to be affected. Also, don't forget that breast cancer can move from the breast and to other parts of the body. It is important you are aware. It is important I'm aware. It is important that everybody, both male and female, are aware of this breast cancer. That is what we'll be drawing the curtain for today. But before I go, finally, we are here supporting the fighters of breast cancer. admiring the survivors of breast cancer, and honoring the taking of breast cancer. We are here supporting the fighters who are fighting to survive from breast cancer. We are also here admiring those who have survived from breast cancer. At the same time, we are here honoring those who were taken all. We are never ever giving up hope. We are keeping our hope alive. We are never ever giving up hope. Our women will be safe again. Our women will come back to life. Breast cancer is a very deadly disease. So please create awareness anywhere you find yourself. That is all we can take for today. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget that go to all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is at View Radio. Even on TikTok, it is View Radio. Like, follow, and share all our programs. Also, turn up your notification in case we go live. You'll be able to notify. Bye bye for now, and do have a great week ahead.